Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, your favorite tarot reader, and welcome to the channel. You've been turning people into fans lately. Here's what they think. Have you ever felt like someone's secretly against you, where there's a weird energy there and you just can't figure out why? Well, that happened to me recently with friendship drama, and I know you love a little tea, so I'll share without giving too much away. And let me tell you, what I discovered completely shocked me. To get clarity, I tried something that actually works thanks to today's video partner, Psychic Source. Some friends of mine started having their own conversations without me. At first, I tried to not take it personally, but then the little petty, passive aggressive comments and jabs started. Someone else pointed this out to me, and I realized something is off. So that's when I booked 3 different psychics and Psychic Source to see if I'd get similar messages, and I did. The first psychic told me that one of them basically stopped me from growing the other friendships and that they're not real friends. The second psychic said something very similar, that they're fake, shallow, jealous, and that I intimidate them, which I didn't expect. She said that they act helpful but aren't really supportive, which is such weird behavior in my opinion. Now, the third psychic told me something that literally blew my mind. She revealed that gossip twisted how they saw me and that others' lies had affected the group dynamic. And I just don't get why you would believe somebody else's lies over asking me the truth. Suddenly, I could see my blind spots and who I couldn't trust. I didn't want to stop with just one reading. I wanted to be sure. After talking to all the 3 different psychics, what amazed me was how their insights lined up. Each one gave me a piece of the puzzle that helped me see the bigger picture. That is the beauty of Psychic Source. You're not limited to one style or one perspective. You can choose how you want your reading, whether by phone, video, or chat, whatever feels most comfortable. And because only 2% of applicants are accepted, you know you're connecting with someone truly gifted. And if it doesn't resonate, they have a satisfaction guarantee. Their accuracy was scary in the best way. They knew exactly what happened as if they were there, and it helped me see the situation clearly. If you need answers like me about love, career, or anything in life, Psychic Source is hooking up new customers in my community with a special deal. Use my code Siren at trypsychicsource.com/siren when checking out, or you can use my link in the description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. For a limited time, you can get 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. No other service comes close to offering this kind of deal. Don't wait, find the clarity you need today. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity, which I really respect and admire. Thank you to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. So getting back to your pile selection, for pile 1 we have Fluorite with a 2 of Pentacles. For pile 2 we have Rose Quartz with Temperance. And for pile 3 we have Lemon Chrysoprase with the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you a few seconds, pick a pile, pick whichever one you're most drawn to. So once you are done picking a pile, you can find your timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile ones. If you chose the Fluorite crystal and the 2 of Pentacles, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at you've been turning people into fans lately. Here's what they think. So please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's go ahead and shuffle your cards. Spirit guides of pile 1. Can we please tap into the people that are turning into fans of pile 1? Please show me what they think. What do these people that are turning into fans of pile 1 think? I'm hearing glow up, so you could have had a glow up recently. You could be looking really good lately. The Ace of Pentacles. Some of these fans are feeling a little bit insecure, but kind of clapping for you at the same time. The Nine of Cups, because they want this too for themselves. And sometimes when you have something someone wants, they do tend to feel insecure sometimes, but it's kind of like a feeling of, I want that for myself too. So they're kind of like living through you. I see a lot of people like going onto your social media or like listening to things about your life, stories about your life, kind of like wanting to live through your experiences that they want. So, for example, I'm seeing someone that like maybe travels a lot, post that on social media, and other people that want that, look at that, you know, kind of live through you. Or let's say you have a really good relationship and someone like keeps looking at your relationship, wanting one like that for themselves and living through you like that. Doesn't have to be that, but I'm using that as examples. So we have the Tower, the Page of Pentacles, then we have the Two of Swords. So these people that are turning into fans of you think that your life seems very interesting. They kind of wish to get more information about you and your life and what's going on. But it seems like you're reluctant to share stories or reluctant to share private things. But it kind of feels like they're eager to get more from you, to get more information on you, more information on what's going on in your life. You know when you kind of like a person and admire them, and you kind of like want to see everything about them, learn everything about them. I'm kind of seeing your fans turn a little bit obsessive, where they just want to, like, not obsessive in a bad way, but like obsessive in the sense of they want to know everything about you and learn everything about you in your life. A lot of curiosity here. Some of these fans try to not seem like they're fanning over you, but they are. They kind of make their presence hidden to you. They kind of show, they don't show how interested they are in your life. So I see someone, for example, scrolling through your social media, scrolling through each post, but maybe not liking all of them to maybe not seem so obsessive, but they're looking through all of them. You get what I mean? I'm seeing an energy like that. Doesn't have to be that, but that's an example of what I see. They think that you're getting opportunities at the moment and your life almost seems perfect in a way to them. Your life almost seems like you're just getting what you want and you're getting opportunities and you just seem magnetic. You seem like you have your life together. You have your ish together. You also seem like you're doing a lot for your own future, like working hard for your own stability, for your own future. You're not giving up on your dreams. You're being patient as you wait for things to fall into place. And they find that very inspiring. They also see you overcoming challenges in your life or tower moments in your life and thinking positively even when you're going through hectic or chaotic situations. You're trying to think of the best possible outcome rather than the worst possible outcome. So I see some of them kind of thinking that you're trying to stay on top of things, trying to not let little things bring you down. And again, they find that inspiring. They see you making good and practical choices for your life that are only going to elevate you. Choices that kind of reflect the life you want. You almost seem fearless as you approach your dreams, and you seem like you're taking practical steps towards that. You're not just dreaming about it, but you're planning ahead. You're kind of doing research. You're making that dream real. That's what they think. They also think that you're very intelligent and smart, and that you probably have a lot of knowledge, and that you're probably the type of person that learns through experiences. So let's say you make a mistake, you don't beat yourself up about it. This is from their perspective, but you rather learn from that experience and grow from it rather than see it as something that was bad. You see it as something that taught you something. They see you being in this place where you are comfortable with yourself, where you don't feel the need to portray yourself a certain way to be liked by others or to even seem too perfect to others. I know I said your life seems perfect, but you in a way kind of seem to show that you are human, that you are make mistakes, that you aren't like so hard on yourself in a way. At least this is what they think. And you seem to not really give a F what other people think. Like, let's say you want to wear something, you're gonna wear it. And like the way you dress, you choose comfort over anything. Like, I'm seeing this energy of you choosing clothes that are practical, comfortable, but still look stylish and good on you. And you don't seem performative. You don't seem like you're trying to be someone you're not to be liked. You're very mysterious in a good way, where the more mysterious you are to them, the more they want to know about you. It's like when you're not really around much, it creates even more eagerness to see what's going on in your life. You also just seem very focused and dedicated towards your goals at the moment. So next we have the Ace of Cups with the Seven of Swords as well as the Seven of Wands. So they think that at the moment you have a little bit of trust issues when it comes to love, partnerships, relationships in general, and that you don't want to be with someone or be around people that are sneaky, that don't have the same morals as you, that are disloyal, dishonest. You have a little bit of a guard up, is what they think, but it's to protect yourself, to protect your own heart from people that maybe don't have your best interest in mind, or people that maybe just wouldn't be good for you. You can recognize when someone is toxic. You can recognize when someone is lying to you or trying to manipulate you, and you're not going to F with that. And you're going to leave at the first sign of disrespect or the first sign of a red flag, which they really respect about you. You seem to have this high self-worth here with the Queen of Wands. I was about to say that, then I saw the Queen of Wands and it kind of confirmed that for me. So they think that you have such a high self-worth and self-respect that you won't deal with situations where you know you're getting less than you deserve. Then we have the Justice card. Your fans are learning to ask for more, ask for what they want, and not shy away from that through you, because you're not afraid to ask for what you want, and you're not afraid to cut people off if you feel like they don't meet your standards. And also, like I said, you're looking for honesty, you're looking for loyalty, and what you're asking for is not too much. I feel like you're just looking for it in the right places. You're not trying to turn a red flag into a green flag. You recognize people as they are, who they show you to be, who they show you they are, and you believe them at the first red flag. You're not going to try to change someone to be what you want them to be. So they find that amazing that you're doing that, and they start to do that too in their own life, where they want that respect too, they want that loyalty too, that honesty too. So they're also feeling like through you, they're learning to not settle for less than they deserve. And it's not like you're expecting anything that you're not giving. With the Justice card here, you expect people to be reciprocal with what you're giving. You're not expecting too much because you are bringing certain things to the table, and you're not necessarily like entitled in a way where you're like, oh, I want this, but you're not giving it. So you have every right to ask for that because you are already bringing that to the table. You get what I mean? So that's what they think. They think that you're someone with good morals, high standards, like I said, and they think that you're someone that's confident as well in yourself, and you trust yourself and your own gut feelings. Next we have the Six of Swords. You don't necessarily trauma dump on people is what I'm hearing, or you don't like people that trauma dump. You perhaps have strong boundaries around that. And you try to not overshare too much about yourself or your life. So the Hierophant, the Four of Cups. You seem to be someone that is responsible right now. Or you've always been responsible. And right now you've been really serious, really focused on creating changes in your life that are going to be beneficial for you. And sometimes that can come with situations that feel a little bit boring at the moment with the Four of Cups. Like, let's say we're working towards a goal. Like, let's say we're going to the gym and we're trying to eat healthy. It may be boring sometimes, like not being able to eat sweets or being able to, you know, do all those things we want to do that are maybe unhealthy, but maybe we can make it a little bit better for ourselves by making maybe more delicious, healthier meals. Or let's say we are really focusing on our careers right now and our social life is not really like that lit at the moment. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, we're not really going out much. We're focusing on our work. We're focusing on building stability. That can be a little bit boring at times, but we're willing to be bored, to kind of sacrifice what we want in this moment to get what we want later. Does that make sense? So you seem to be accepting that, and you seem to be kind of pushing aside short-term desires for long-term goals. And some people may see that as like, oh, I respect that. Like, I love that you're doing that, but I probably couldn't because I'd get bored halfway through. But I respect that you're doing that. But they do think that they can learn a little bit of discipline from you. They can learn to almost see it as like, okay, I'm sacrificing something good for something better right now. And it's not permanent, it's just temporary. The Hermit reverse. The King of Pentacles. And the Seven of Cups. So you have many dreams. You have many things you want to work on. You're possibly the type of person that is multi-talented, or you have like many different ideas you want to work on, but maybe you know that you don't always have the time, the money, the resources to do all of that, or maybe you need kind of like help from other people to do all of that. So there's this kind of feeling of some people thinking that maybe you need to kind of get not your priorities in order, because you do have your priorities straight, but like you need to figure out what's most important to do first, or what will be most fulfilling first, and go through it one at a time, or get someone to help you do it, because you may be able to do it on your own, but there's nothing wrong with asking someone for help. Like, let's say you're trying to start a business. Maybe it would help getting an assistant or someone to do like the admin work for you, or like the work that is like boring that you don't want to do, that's time consuming. So there's this feeling here of them thinking that it's okay for you to ask for help from other people, people that are qualified in what they do. And even if you have to pay them a little bit, it would be beneficial for you. But if you don't have those resources to pay them at the moment, then maybe you can find someone cheaper, or someone like a friend or a family member to help you out that you like pay a little bit less than like a qualified person. So they're kind of like looking at you, thinking you can accomplish a lot if you had more people kind of supporting you through that. Because if you do it on your own, you are still capable of doing it, but it will maybe be quicker and more time efficient to get people to help you with your goals and with what you're doing and what you're focusing on career-wise, and also just to do with your goals. They have a lot of respect for you, these fans, and they're definitely watching you intently. Look at the eyes here. There's a lot of eyes on you at the moment. And a lot of people are secretly cheering you on, and you don't even realize it. A lot of people think that you're going to be successful one day, that you're probably going to make a lot of money, based off what you're doing right now, because you just seem so focused that, I mean, like, if you are continuing down this path, of course it's going to lead to something good financially. Of course it's going to lead to more financial freedom and stability. And they think that you need somebody that is also going to be ambitious. Like, they think that if you were in a relationship with someone that's lazy or not ambitious, it would kind of bring you down. You need someone with like the same kind of mindset as you. That's what they think, at least. Of course, they don't know what's best for you in your life, but this is what they think. Okay, is there anything else that these people that are turning into fans are thinking, Spirit? You're kind of putting on a show for them, and they love every minute of it. Like, you are authentic to yourself, but you also know how to almost be a little bit theatrical in a way. Like, let's say you are someone that like makes videos, content creation. You know how to kind of be entertaining with it. Like, let's say you're telling story times or making funny videos or something. Or this could even be like you just posting images on Instagram or whatever type of social media, and maybe you just know how to be entertaining, or you just know how to kind of like keep people watching, kind of put on a show. They think that you don't shy away from attention, but it's not in a cocky way. It's more in a way of like, you deserve that attention and that recognition. Does that make sense? That's what I see. Again, you're getting your priorities straight. You're putting away things that aren't so important to focus on things that are important right now. I'm seeing Leo and Pisces in my mind's eye, so that could be some of your signs or the signs of people watching you. I'm also seeing Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, and I'm getting 5th house placements or energies. You're possibly also entertaining to listen to, or maybe they like listening to your voice. Like, if you ever, even if you just like talk to people in real life, like maybe they really like listening to you, even if it's like not online. And they also think that you probably have a lot of people in your DMs wanting you, desiring you, because of how attractive you are to them. So that is all I have for you, Pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the Rose Quartz Crystal and the Temperance card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the people that are turning into your fans and what they think. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. So the first thing I'm getting about you is that they think that you're very relatable. You know, when you are like watching a content creator, for example, and they're so relatable that you almost feel like they're just like me. They haven't like, you know, when like someone's a celebrity and they haven't like let the fame get to their head and they just act like a normal person like you and me. I'm seeing that type of energy where it feels like we can relate to them, we can understand them, we feel like they're just like us. We feel like they get us. We feel like their head is not too big. So something about you that seems very likable to others right now is your relatability and your humbleness. And that's why they're fanning over you. So next we have the 3 of Wands showing up. So Spirit Guides of Pile 2, please tap me into the energy of the people that are turning into fans and what they think. So yeah, even if you're not like doing content creation, even if you're not on social media, this could even just be people in real life that kind of see you as relatable and they kind of fan over you because of that. You're kind of relatable, but in a way you are also like interesting to look at, like physically, but you're also just an interesting person in general. Like, your thought process is interesting, the way you think, the way you speak. And so people kind of just like want to talk to you all the time. I see some people like looking at you and thinking your fashion style is immaculate, and they're kind of like taking inspiration from your style. And you know, like when you see a really pretty woman, for example, and you kind of like, let's say you see her on like Instagram and you make her a celebrity in your mind because, you know, her outfits are always just like on point, even though she's not a celebrity. I'm seeing that type of energy with you. Of course, just take it how it resonates, even if you're a man. I am just seeing that energy. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands, sorry, and the Chariot. So there's something special about you, even if you don't see it. There's something about you that just shines in your own way. The things that you least expect are what people like. So that is what I'm hearing. Like, for example, I'm seeing someone here is like really quirky. And maybe all your life, you know, people have called you weird for it. But these people that are turning into your fans find your quirkiness their favorite thing. You know, they find you so adorable for it. And maybe you wouldn't expect that, but that's what I see. Or like maybe you have a good sense of humor and you don't even realize it, and that's why they like you. So I'm seeing that the things that you don't expect are the reason why they like you. Doesn't have to be the examples I mentioned, but that is what I see. They think that you're also planning towards your future right now in this moment, and that you're thinking about your future very carefully. You're trying to form your own independence, and I'm hearing alliances. So you have a lot of people on your side that would defend you as well in any situation. So these people that are turning into fans would kind of like defend you in any situation, even if there were certain things you did wrong. They would still try to come to your defense. I'm not saying you should do those things, but that's what I see. So I'm kind of seeing like, you know, those celebrities with like those fan bases that are really loyal to them, like where someone else does something to them and those fans go and hate on that person. And now I don't think that's healthy, but I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. So I'm not encouraging that behavior, but I am just seeing that, so I'm mentioning it. So yeah, and what I was saying before was like you're forming your own independence. You're kind of just like relying on yourself. You're not wanting to rely too much on other people, because maybe relying too much on other people has gotten you nowhere, where you waited for them, you needed their help, but they didn't help you, or they promised you help, but they didn't really help. And so you can't really wait for other people to help you kind of like pick up the pieces or plan towards something if they're not serious about it. Like, for example, I see someone going through a financial difficulty and trying to ask people for help, but they're not really helping. And then you had to kind of do it on your own and figure out a way on your own, even though it was difficult. And these people that have turned into fans kind of see that as an amazing thing about you, that you're not waiting around for other people to help you. Like, yes, you may have asked for that help, but you're not waiting around for them. You're taking matters into your own hands. You're forging your own path. It's teaching them to realize that they are able to rely on themselves too, even in situations where things seem dire or where things seem like you need another person's help. Like, yes, having another person's help is amazing, but sometimes people aren't always there for us. So I feel like it's also teaching them to take accountability for their own life, to take matters into their own hands and not wait for people around them to help them. Maybe some of you were in situations where you depended on people and they kind of took advantage of that as well. So then you had to learn to find your own independence and, yes, rely on people where needed, but not rely on them too much. So you've kind of taken control of your own life, and that's what they find so interesting about you, in a good way, like where you're not kind of like just letting life pass you by. You're taking control of your own life. You're taking responsibility for your own life. One thing they also love about you is you're able to take accountability for things you did wrong. You're able to apologize. You're able to admit where you were wrong. And you're not always trying to be right. You're trying to kind of keep relationships in your life. And sometimes we have to be able to let ourselves lose arguments to keep that relationship instead of always just trying to be right. You get what I mean? And I feel like they're seeing you do that in some way, shape, or form. You also seem highly adventurous, and you seem like that type of person that's capable to do it all on your own. And you seem like that type of person where you can work for like hours and not get tired. You have some kind of like higher threshold for challenge, for pain, or for kind of like difficulty. Like, big challenges don't seem to scare you off from things, is what I'm trying to say. And also, I don't know what the word is. I know there's a word for this, but I can't seem to think of it. You know, like when someone can like work for hours and hours and hours and they don't get tired. I'm seeing that type of energy. There were also situations where people have wronged you, and these people that have turned into fans took your side. Even if it was not visible to you or vocalized, they took your side in their mind, and they saw you like not being wrong in the situation. They saw you kind of like handling the situation fairly, being nice to the other person, being generous with the other person, and the other person like effing you over. And there's something about like other people supporting you and seeing you as not necessarily the victim in the situation, but the one that kind of got effed over. And there's this feeling of like other people wanting to empower you through that. Not thinking of you as the victim, but thinking of you as the one that escaped the situation, the one that found courage to leave that situation. Something about that's coming through here. Then we have the Emperor card. So you could have had moments where you were like looking to build your own thing without anybody else like saying, oh, I did this for you, or, you know, you got here because of me. And I feel like that's what you didn't want. And you also didn't want to be in situations where you felt like you were being controlled because you depended on another person. And maybe you got yourself out of those situations and tried to find balance somewhere. So they see you kind of doing that and supporting you for that. Then we have the Three of Swords reverse, because I'm hearing that saying or quote that goes something along the lines of, if you give someone the ability to feed you, they can also starve you, or something like that. So maybe some of you had situations like that where you depended on someone financially and they, again, like almost took advantage of that. Maybe you're teaching other people to have their own independence too. And it's okay to like have another person like help you in situations, but yeah, you're just trying to find your own independence, like I said before. The Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Cups reverse with the Three of Swords reverse. So you've been healing from heartbreak is what they think. You have been not trying to stay in those feelings of heartbreak and disappointment, but you're not ignoring it either. But you're also not wallowing in that state of depression. Maybe some of you did for a while, but you're trying to get yourself out of that. You're trying to heal. You're not trying to hold on to past disappointments, hurts, or pain, or even grudges. You're trying to let it go with the Three of Swords reverse and heal and open up your heart again. And you're not being bitter about past experiences. You're not fully over what happened in the past, but you are trying to move on, and that's the important thing they see. You're also really respectful, even to people you don't like. You could possibly be someone that handles situations fairly, where you try to like handle situations in a classy way and still have respect towards another person. Like, I see you being the type of person where even if you dislike a person, you're not going to go and say messed up things about their appearance. You're maybe going to say, like, I didn't like what they did here and I don't agree with this that they did, but you're not going to go and bash them for, like, for example, something about their look. So something about that is coming up, and these people that have turned into fans admire that about you. You're also honest and hardworking. And you don't like try to take shortcuts or try to like step on others to get to the top. You have integrity, and that's also something these people that have turned into fans admire about you. You've also went through a lot of lessons in your life, and they kind of admire you for the way you handled those situations. They think you handled it perfectly. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, the Star. You kind of seem carefree at the moment, and they love that for you. And also, like, you know, when you make changes to your appearance, these people that turn into fans notice it. Like, let's say you dye your hair a different color or cut your hair, or like maybe buy a new outfit or something. It's like they notice these changes you're making to your physical appearance and kind of like loving it and like watching from a distance, enjoying the view that they see. That's you. You also just seem like a very fun person. You seem like that type of person that looks for the hope in the situation, for the light at the end of the tunnel. You do try to look at things in a realistic way. You're not delulu about it, but you also try to look for the hope at the end of the tunnel. So let's say you're giving advice to someone or you're looking at their situation. You try to give them hope. You don't make it like, oh, doom and gloom, you know? And even within your own life, when situations seem dire, you try to almost look at the situation differently with hope. Look at the good possible outcomes that may come instead of the negative outcomes. Even if you do fall into overthinking, maybe you try to get yourself out of it and look at how the situation can change beautifully for you. When you do that, you manifest a different outcome for yourself, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You also have a lot of passion for life, a lot of zest for life. Even when you're working hard towards a goal, you seem to make it fun. You don't make the task like... You don't make the task kind of like drag on in a way. Like, for example, I see someone cleaning their home and putting on music and dancing to the music while they clean their home. People kind of see you as someone where if you were a boss, you would be a fun boss. You would probably give them days where maybe they can wear whatever they want, have like nice Christmas parties if you are a boss or something. Or maybe they can see you going into like entrepreneurship, like being a leader of some kind. Then we have the Seven of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Tower. So right now, you're trying to find solutions to things. You're not in this mode of like complaining. Like, yes, you may complain a little bit about your situation, but you're trying to not waste energy complaining, and you're trying to be solution focused right now when it comes to crises you're going through, just situations in your life that seem almost unsettling, situations where things feel like they're falling apart or where nothing feels like it's going the way you want it to. You try to calm yourself down in that situation, and you try to look at the many different options of what you could do in that situation to make it a little bit better, to make it a little bit bearable for yourself. And you also try to change the situation in the best way possible. Sometimes things are outside of your control, and all you can do is change the way you look at it or your mindset, and they see you doing that. I see them being very proud of you for that and wanting to learn from you in that sense. These people that have turned into fans feel very emotionally connected to you, very emotionally attached to you. Almost think of like those celebrities where their fan bases are like attached to them emotionally, where they have like some kind of parasocial relationship. I'm seeing that kind of energy where they have a parasocial relationship with you, even if they don't know you. They think you're kind of iconic in a way, and you're kind of like a trendsetter. You're unique. You're here to be different and stand out, not fit in with the crowd. You're probably also someone that's very innovative, and you have many great ideas. You also have life-changing advice. That's what I'm hearing. And you seem to be keeping your cards close to your chest about your plans you're making about the future or your next moves in general. You seem to be a very nurturing person. I'm seeing someone that has lots of pets as well. They think that you're someone that can create very beautiful things if you let that creativity come out and not try to make it too perfect. So in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the Grinch when he was making that ornament for that lady he had a crush on, like when he was younger in school, and like he didn't maybe have the money to go out and buy her an expensive gift for Christmas, but he tried to make her something beautiful from his hand. So I don't know, I'm kind of getting this feeling that maybe you can make very creative, beautiful things, and you maybe don't even need a lot of money to do it, but you can do that. So maybe someone here, for example, makes jewelry, or maybe someone here makes art. There's something about creating things, being creative, not needing like the most expensive or many resources to do that. Using what you have. You're possibly someone that isn't the most talkative. Like you could be that type of person that talks to someone on the phone for 5 minutes, but you're not going to want to like talk for hours. That's what they've seen about you or noticed about you or think about you. They also think there's more to you than meets the eye. They know that they don't know everything about you, but they do want to kind of see you more and see what kind of person you are. And they also think that you could be very lucky. What you make for yourself in this lifetime isn't going to just be based off luck. It's based off your dedication to and your hard work as well. They think that you're a little bit clumsy in a cute way, or that you're not the most like meticulous person, but you kind of see the bigger picture of things. You're very imaginative to them. But you're not like meticulous and detail oriented in the sense of everything has to be done in a certain way, but you kind of just see the bigger picture, and you're kind of like a dreamer in a way, I want to say. So that is all I have for you, pile 2. In terms of zodiac signs, I see this could be yours or theirs, the people watching. So I'm getting Aquarius, Virgo, but if there's Virgo energy, if it's yours, you probably have other placements to balance it out, like water placements. I'm seeing Aries as well, Libra, Sagittarius, Scorpio. I'm seeing like someone that was born in November. If I'm not mistaken, it's Scorpio and Capricorn, right? Oh no, Sagittarius, sorry. But I said Capricorn too, so maybe there's some Capricorns here. I'm also getting Libra energy. I don't know if I mentioned that already. So yeah, that is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi Pal 3, if you chose the Lemon Chrysoprase Crystal and the Knight of Pentacles, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the people that have turned into your fans and what they're thinking. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards. So these fans are kind of silent supporters. You wouldn't even realize they're there in the first place or expect them to be there in the first place. So spirit guides of pile 3, please tap me into the energy of the people fanning over pile 3. And please show me what they think. So I'm getting this energy from you that you could get away with things other people can't get away with. Like, you could have people fanning over you for things other people would be demonized for. So, for example, I'm seeing that lady. I don't know her name, but I think her account name on TikTok is HRH Collection. And she kind of makes these videos where when she talks, she kind of just says what's on her mind. She doesn't hold back in any type of way. And think if another person was to say the exact thing she said, they would maybe get a lot of hate or backlash for it. But with you, it's like this free self-expression. It doesn't have to be like her, but maybe you're someone that says what's on your mind. You don't have a filter. And perhaps these people that turn into fans like that about you. Whereas let's say another person had to do that where maybe their whole image is based off being kind. If they had to go and do that, you know, maybe they'd get a lot of backlash. So I'm seeing that where it's kind of like they like you for the fact that you're honest, for the fact that you're just being yourself, you're being real, you're not pretending to have particular opinions or viewpoints that are not real. Like you give your honest opinions on things, and people appreciate that realness from you. People appreciate the bluntness. That's kind of what I get from the people that have turned into fans. So we have the Six of Swords, the Emperor. We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. So you kind of just seem free to these fans of yours. You're also someone that can clap back at people. Like you don't respond to disrespect very well. But it's kind of good. Like for you, it's good. Like, it's seen as a positive thing. Because I'm seeing, like, for example, you know, maybe someone posts something on TikTok and someone leaves a hate comment and they go and make a video roasting that person back. Like, you know, those people where they leave a nasty comment, but then they're not particularly attractive themselves. And then maybe the person, like, goes and roasts them for that. I'm seeing that kind of energy of, like, witty comebacks, like not letting people disrespect you, and maybe that's what you're loved for. I'm also getting this cool girl, cool boy energy because I'm seeing Charlie XCX in my mind's eye, and you know, like with her recent album, Brat, it was very, very popular. Like, I'm sure like a lot of you saw like people posting it all over, people using that album cover as their profile pictures, things like that. So I feel like you're seen as very cool to other people, and especially younger people as well. I don't know why, but I'm just seeing younger people. This could be like younger siblings, younger cousins that think you're cool, something. Or let's say you're still in school and maybe you're in higher grades, but people in lower grades think you're very cool. Something like that's coming through. So I also see that you're turning haters into fans. People that once disliked you, now liking you. And it's almost like they switched up on you fast in a good way, where before they were maybe like wanting you to fall, wanting you to fail. But now it's kind of like they're supporting you secretly, if that makes sense. I don't know why, but you've turned haters into fans. That's what I see. There's something about your voice, using your voice, and they think that you're a little bit cocky about things, but they like it. Or like you kind of show an excessive amount of confidence, but it's what people are clapping for. It's why they've turned into fans. And these are people that maybe lack confidence within themselves, and they love to see that from other people. So, for example, I'm seeing like, you know how Megan Thee Stallion has that type of music where it's very like confident and empowering. I'm seeing that energy in my mind's eye. Of course, she's not cocky, but I saw the cockiness before I saw her. So there's something about like self-empowerment, confidence, and that rubbing off on other people. I see them like wanting to hype you up, whether in person or on social media, give you lots of compliments, but they also don't want to like be too overbearing with it or seem too eager. I see these like people that have turned into fans trying to almost seem like nonchalant about it, but inside they're so eager and excited to talk to you. They're trying to play it cool, if that makes sense. Whoever these people are that turn into fans, they have been watching you and your journey for a long time now, and they've kind of seen how you transformed and grown as a person, and that's why they're supporting you secretly on the sidelines. And I actually see a lot of people supporting you turning into fans, because I'm seeing in my mind's eye, for some reason I'm seeing a lot of visions for you and a lot of things with my clairvoyance. So maybe they see you going places, but what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like, you know when you're at like some kind of stadium and there's a bunch of people sitting there cheering the team on or something? I'm seeing that. Like crowds of people. So this could be on social media and in real life as well. I'm also seeing that self-destructive moments have been funny for them. Not in a way of laughing at you, but laughing with you and finding it like, okay, you know, like I've done that too. So, for example, I'm seeing, I don't know why I'm seeing Shrek, but you know, I think it was Shrek 2 or 3. I think it was Shrek 3 maybe. You know when he gets arrested and he's like in a human body because of the spell? If you've ever watched that movie, I'm seeing that part, but I'm seeing it like the fans are watching and finding it kind of funny that he got arrested. I don't know why, but I'm seeing that. And I'm getting an example of like maybe someone posting a video of their crash out and then like other people kind of finding that not necessarily relatable, but like kind of finding it a little bit funny and being like, okay, this is like, you know what it is? You know, in this day and age, like people almost, your fans, think that people almost try to seem too perfect, too polished, like they have no flaws, like they never make mistakes, like they're holier than thou. And to see realness is a breath of fresh air. Like they don't want to see perfection. They want to see realness. They want to see imperfection. And the imperfection is what makes you beautiful. So it's kind of like you showcase the worst sides of you. And when I say that, I don't mean it like as an insult, but we all have bad sides and good sides to us. Like we all have a worst side and a best side to us and our personalities. But it's almost like you're showcasing that and you're unapologetic about it. You're not trying to hide it. And that's what they love about you. The fact that you're not trying to pretend to be this perfect person that never makes mistakes, that never does anything wrong in their life. When you do self-sabotage or make mistakes, you do learn from it. Maybe not immediately, but you do learn from it. And watching you grow and grow through that process is kind of like a breath of fresh air. You are like that breath of fresh air to these fans of yours. So we have the Three of Swords reverse. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Ace of Wands. So I'm seeing someone here where you think that, okay, if I talk about this, people are going to find it boring. But it's actually the opposite. Some people will find it very interesting. So I'm seeing someone, for example, where maybe they're very nerdy and they're into like gaming or comic books or something. And they think that people will find it boring if they talk about that. But maybe there are some people with that similar interest that would find it very kind of like interesting to listen to. There's something about like whatever you think is boring is actually not boring to these people that have turned into fans. It's what they love about you. And the people that are hating on you, that want to see your downfall, get so confused and mad every time you don't. Like every time you don't fail, every time you win, every time you succeed, it's like they're so confused and mad. So some of your haters are also kind of fans. Okay, next we have the Hanged Man. Okay, there's something tranquil about you, I hear. But you can also go from like 0 to 100 as well. That's what they like about you. Also, over time, you're not afraid to change your perspectives on things. Like, let's say last year you had this opinion, but now as you've grown up and you've gained more knowledge, you're like, actually, I've changed my opinion. I've changed my perception of this. I view this like this now. And people like that nuance, the fact that you can grow in perspective and the fact that you don't have to stay attached to old opinions, beliefs, or viewpoints. You can grow with that. Okay? There's also something about being extremely attractive in an unapproachable way. So these fans of yours think that, these people that have turned into fans think that you have this unapproachable beauty or handsomeness about you. And you're also very tempting and alluring physically. And they like looking at you. You're aesthetically pleasing to look at to the eye. You don't have to, physically, you don't have to airbrush yourself or put on filters to be liked. I'm not saying you do, but let's say you were to just post a picture of yourself and your pores are showing. That is something they would like these people that have turned into fans, because they feel like that's real. Every human has pores. But then you see a lot of like influencers airbrushing their pores to look almost too perfect. And these people, again, they want to see realness. They don't want to see perfection. So something about that's coming through very prominently as well with the physical appearance. And they also want you to experiment with fashion and with looks and to not be afraid to be too out there. Like, let's say you wear an outfit and maybe it's not the best outfit, but you're experimenting. Through that experimentation, it leads you to find something new rather than playing it safe and trying to always look, again, perfect. So you have the Page of Wands. Some people kind of like fan over you because you have something similar to them physically. So, for example, I'm seeing like someone maybe see you and you have the same body type as them and you flaunt it and you make the most of it and you look good with it, and maybe you wear outfits that flatter your body type, and then they see you embracing that feature and they're like, I have that body type too. I want to embrace that too. So then maybe they follow you on social media or follow you in real life where they're kind of trying to embrace that through you. Or let's say someone has maybe like a certain type of feature that they were always insecure about on their face or something, and they see you flaunting it and they want it too. So something about that is showing through. The Page of Wands, the Empress, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. You're also like seeming badass in a way because I'm seeing Maddie from Euphoria. And you're kind of like iconic, a trendsetter, because she was a trendsetter. While her character, like, I don't know if you saw like people trying to copy her outfits, like take inspiration from it. I feel like you do have some people like taking inspiration and some people that are copycats. So we have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. There's something about your ethnicity or your home language. Like maybe they want to learn about your culture, your ethnicity. Maybe they want to hear you speak in your home language more. Maybe they like hearing you speak in your home language. If you have one other than English, of course. I'm seeing that. And I feel like you guys could have this energy about you where you could be famous if you wanted to, or you could be like an influencer if you wanted to, but not like the typical influencer, if that makes sense. Or maybe some of you already are. Like you could make money from this because you are influential in a way. Like I see you doing something and then other people want to do that because you're seen as cool, like I said before, other people want to seem cool too. So something about that showing up, even if it's as simple as like, oh, you go to this specific place to get coffee and now they want to do it too because it's seen as cool. Or let's say you go thrifting and now they want to do it because it's seen as cool because you did it. Does that make sense? That's what I see. These people that have turned into your fans are also thinking that you're someone that's witty thinker, like you're a quick thinker. You can think of solutions very quickly. You can think of what to say very quickly. Comebacks. You're very witty, like I said. And that's something they like about you. They also like the fact that you're fun. You embrace your imperfections, but you're also growing and letting go of old versions of you that are no longer empowering to the version of you right now. And that's also something they like, where it's kind of like, you know, when you let go of something that's maybe toxic, like a toxic trait or toxic habit, and you grow, they also learn to do that themselves. Because like I said, you're influential, so I see you doing something and these people that have turned into fans wanting to do it as well. So let's say you're growing, you're healing, then they want to do it as well. Something about like your body being tea, and something about like if you are in the gym a lot, like maybe they like that, they find that inspirational to get them to go to the gym and to be healthy. Because I see like someone like maybe possibly being a fitness influencer or taking lots of pictures of the gym or something. That won't resonate with everybody, of course. They think that you're kind of like, you have a youthful energy about you. No matter your age, you kind of seem to embrace the moment. You seem a little bit like free spirit in a way. But also at the same time, you're not reckless. You know how to be consistent with what you're doing. Yet also at the same time, you have like this free-spirited energy about you, which they highly admire. So that is all I have for you, pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Now I'm just going to get some zodiac signs. This could be your sign or the sign of people that are watching you. So I am hearing Taurus right off the bat. I am also getting water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini. And I'm also seeing like someone sign autographs. So yeah, like, even if you're not like a celebrity, it's kind of like these people that have turned into fans kind of want things of yours that you've had. Like, let's say someone that's like not a close friend is kind of like fanning over you, where they almost like put you on a pedestal. Let's say you're like, oh, I don't really like this top anymore. Do you want it? They would take it gladly because they know your fashion style and they really like it, you know. Or let's say maybe they save certain pictures of you to take inspiration from you. Maybe of your makeup, for example, could be that too. It doesn't have to be like with the physical appearance. But let's say you give a gift to someone and they keep it forever, where they're even like, I don't even want to open it because it just looks so beautiful. Like, I'm seeing that. Like, let's say you get someone a candle and they're like, I don't even want to burn this candle because I want to keep it forever. I'm seeing that. So that is all I have for you. I really hope this resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.